Everyone, call to order our work session, and we'll go over our schedule for Thursday. We got the roll call by Ms. Adams, invocation by Pastor Youngblood, pledge of allegiance by Councilwoman Messmer. Item number 1, acceptance of agenda, and we have a lot of awards and presentations. Presentation of photo winners as well as the SVPD annual awards winners. So we'll have you, Chief. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all the awards winners. Then we go to our city manager report. Sir.
Thank you, Mayor McCaw, members of the council. A reminder that city offices will be closed Wednesday, June 19th in observance of Juneteenth. Then, of course, your next work session is scheduled for the 25th. At 3 p.m. here in the council chambers, and then Thursday the 27th, the city council meeting, and your tentative budget will be on that particular agenda. There will be a JPA board meeting for CCOM on Thursday morning. I think it'll just be a fairly routine meeting, so if there's anything there, I will report that to you on Thursday. And then we talked a little bit yesterday in the budget meeting about the sales tax numbers. Our actual retail numbers outside of food were down almost $100,000 from last year. Last year's numbers, and the food was up a little bit. So we drifted down a little bit in our sales tax collections last month, and that's been going on now for about 6 months or so. And I think that's all I have for now, and I'm sure I'll have a couple of projects for Thursday.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments for city manager? Thank you. We're proceeding on to item number 2, our consent agenda and new business. We start off with resolution 2024-037, staff report. Chief Heiser.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council. This particular resolution is for renewal of an IGA with the Cochise County Sheriff's Office and Cochise County Community College District, Cochise College, for continuation in our agreement for the Southeastern Arizona Law Enforcement Training Academy, CLETA. So this particular partnership has been win-win and continues to grow in a great direction for us. I will tell you, having seen the quality of recruits from different academies over the years, myself being a graduate of a different academy, this particular academy is producing the highest caliber recruits we've seen, and it's because we're teaching them here locally. Our own officers and deputies are doing the instruction, and I think this has been a great fit for us. And so I'm requesting approval of this particular memorandum, which for the city's involvement, we provide a recruit training officer, a full-time officer who works with the recruits and helps them be successful throughout the academy. And the college reimburses us up to $11,800 in overtime costs for any overtime incurred during role-playing scenarios, stuff that goes over 40 hours a week. In addition, our only other commitment is to occasionally provide our defensive tactics room if they need it for a secondary training location, which we'd be glad to do. So with that, I'll entertain any questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief Heiser? All right. Great. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, may we discuss on the consent agenda item 2.4 so everyone has an understanding as to what that's about? It would be resolution 2024-040.
Or CCOM in Cochise County?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Could you explain that, Chuck?
It's not an update.
Yeah, it's an administrative item. Mayor McCaw, members of council, Councilmember Johnson. Basically, it's an administrative cleanup item. The director, Tammy Jo Wilkins, works for Cochise County, and as such, she needed to have a loaned employee agreement to CCOM. So the County Board of Supervisors approved that, and then the JPA board approved it, but the city council has never approved it. And it's important that we have this agreement because as a county employee, Ms. Wilkins really should not have access to our recruiting records regarding, psychologicals, HIPAA, type things, background investigations, those kind of things. So as a loan employee to us, she'll be able to do that legally, and she should have the ability to do that as the director. So this is just formalizing that, which the Board of Supervisors and the JPA Board already approved.
Okay. All right, thank you for clarifying that. I was aware of it myself. However, many in this room do not understand what was going on with that. So, Tammy Jo, by the way, has done a great job.
Yeah,
I try to regularly attend the CCOM meetings, and she's just done a real bang-up job. So I'm very pleased that she's still on board with us.
So
Thank you.
anyway, this will clean that up. And
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
That's all I had.
Thank you, sir. So we will proceed to item 2024-004, staff report, Mr. Fregler.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. This is a request to consider the updated surface water plan and associated code amendments to section 151-08005 of the Development Code. The proposed surface water plan is the result of a study conducted by CMG Drainage Engineering in cooperation with the city's Public Works Department. The purpose of the plan is to guide the planning, construction, location, and function of surface water conveyance systems within Sierra Vista. Amendments to the plan were last adopted in 2006. However, there have been significant changes to some of the water courses, both natural and man-made, including channelization, roadway culvert modifications, enlargement of detention basins in Fort Huachuca, and channel entrenchment. These changes warranted the need for an updated plan. So in addition to the surface water master plan, the council will be considering development code amendments to section 151-08005. These proposed changes reflect the updates in the master plan so that both documents have consistent rules and regulations. These items were considered at the Planning and Zoning Commission on April 16th. The commission voted unanimously to recommend approval to the city council. There was one member from the public that had questions and comments regarding the surface water master plan, which staff did address. However, they were a part of that original supportive document on April 16th. The City Council approved a 30-day public comment period for both the surface water plan and the text amendments on April 25th. The city has not received any additional public comments. And this does conclude staff's report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments?
A comment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I appreciate the surface water plan. It was quite the document to go through, and it helped me become aware of more things that are out there. And I'm hoping that with the strategic plan coming up, maybe we can address some different issues that kind of arose in there. It's nice to kind of go through some of that stuff every once in a while. So when might we look forward to an updated one in the future?
Turn that over to Mr.
Mayor and council. So typically, these plans, they need to be revisited every so often as we evaluate infrastructure. My personal recommendation would be every 5 to 10 years, we reevaluate, see if we have any changes and if it warrants an update.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Other questions? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And we'll go to item number 5. Resolution 2024-2028, the 5-year Constellation Plan staff report. Mr. McLaughlin.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council. So the consolidated plan before you is essentially the same document that you received in April. We went through the 30-day public comment period. No comments have been received. The only material changes in the document are the adjustments to the allocations for next year, which are described on page 3. We went into the planning process with a $250,000 estimate. The actual amount was announced at $246,400, $3,600 difference. So consequently, that lowered the 15% cap on public services, which reduced the amounts allocated to Boys and Girls Club in United Way by $270 each. And then we took the remainder out of the fire safety improvements for Montebello neighborhood, which lowered the budget by $3,060. But we should still be able to accomplish the entire project, we had some buffer in there. This is the second consolidated plan update since the city became an entitlement community in 2014. Essentially guides the use of CDBG funds over the next 5 years. The goals and strategies are the same that have guided us in previous consolidated plans. There'll be an emphasis on public facility and infrastructure improvements within low to moderate census tracts, and those designations haven't changed since the last time. So the same neighborhoods will qualify for community development block grant funds as have previously qualified. There are a lot of federal requirements, which explains the length of the document. If we receive your approval on Thursday, we'll go ahead and upload it and submit it to HUD for their review and acceptance. Typically, we receive the grant agreement by the end of the summer, early fall, and then we can start initiating the projects that are in the plan. With that, I'll answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for CDBG? No questions? We'll move on. Thank you, sir. And we'll go to item number 6, 2024-39, adopting naming policy for all city-owned properties and areas. Staff report, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. This item is a recommendation by our Parks and Recreation Commission to update the city's naming and renaming of public facilities and areas policy, which was last updated in 2004. Examples of some spaces that would qualify for naming consideration includes new buildings, remodeled or refurbished buildings, parks, band shells, public transportation facilities, kiosks, streets, recreational areas, and pretty much everything else you can think of. The recommended edits to the policy are reflected in your packets. The updated policy includes the method for submitting suggestions, outlines the requirements for nominations, updates departmental and commission names, removes redundancies, and defines which commissions should consider suggestions based on the type of nominations received. If this policy is approved, staff will create a publicly available procedure and accompanying form to support the policy and will ensure that it is accessible to anyone interested in providing a nomination either in person or electronically. This concludes the staff report, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Questions for naming conventions?
No question, just comments. Like,
Yes, sir.
obviously, it was due 2004 was the last time, so a lot of things have changed. A lot of commissions have changed, so a lot of wording changes had to be done. So thank you for doing that, and it gives the public a clear guidance of if you want to do something like this. This is the commission you should be attending their meetings or doing a call to public at or whatever. So it's very useful for people, for the city or citizens of the city. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was going to say something similar because I think since I've been elected the first time, your department changed names like 4, 5, I don't know. I lost track. So I'm like, it's a good thing we didn't do this every time. But I'm glad to see that we're still including the other commissions to, when we see it fit. And will it still be routed to the Parks and Rec Commission after it goes to these other commissions when needed? Does it go and then comes to us?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Humphrey. The way that this would work is anyone could submit it. It would route through the city clerk's office. The city manager or whoever he appoints would then look at the criteria. What is being looked at? Will fit it to the policy. It will then be referred to the commission. Whoever submits it will be invited to that next meeting. And that's kind of like a good guide for the timeline too, because it says in the policy that it will be on their next regular agenda. So discussion and action recommendation from the commission would then refer it to your next agenda and for your consideration and approval or not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other comments? All right. So complete item number 6. Then we have a call to the public and comments and requests of the council. So we'll go to our agenda for today. And discussions regarding 2024-2025 budget, if necessary. Are there any comments? I don't think so, sir.
Only if you have questions.
Well, maybe the council members
Maybe.
that didn't get to.
That didn't come yesterday. Do you have any questions on the budget?
I feel
Nothing that was new.
fine after.
No.
So no, okay. No questions. I guess we'll proceed on. Thank you, sir. And we go to June 13th, 2024 council meeting agenda items.
Well, I know you have a request from Good Neighbor Alliance for a presentation to council, and that will be scheduled for your next work session.
Yes, they're coming before the council again. And we go to item number C, report on recent trips, meetings, and future meetings, council.
I'm sorry, can we go back a minute? Are they, does it have to do with the community development block grant
So-
ask, or
No, it does not.
this is in
something-
addition?
It's something new, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Brand new.
Okay.
Report on recent trips, meetings, and future meetings. Any meetings, future meetings? Yes, ma'am.
So tomorrow at 3:30 up in the conference room upstairs here is the next Transportation Committee meeting, Transportation Commission meeting. Anybody's welcome to attend. You can attend in person, 3:30 here. You can also check it out online. And if you know of anybody who might be interested in attending or being a member of the Transportation Commission, definitely let them know and encourage them to check it out.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yep, well, William's not here, but so tonight, right, is the Park and Recs Commission at 5:30 at the OYCC. But the Arts and Humanity Commission meeting will be Wednesday, the 12th at 4:30 at the OYCC.
Is it?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it right.
All right.
Yeah, we have
Any
our
other-
planning and zoning at 5,
P&Z.
is that gonna be in city, yeah, right in here,
Okay.
yeah,
By today.
today, yes, sorry.
Yes. So we go to item number Delta, future discussion items and council requests. Ma'am?
Thank you, Mayor McCaw. Just the presentation that Chuck mentioned, and then, of course, your fiscal year 25 tentative budget is on your agenda for your next meeting as well.
Thank you. All right. I think that's it for today. Any other comments from council? Yes, we are adjourned.